Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, gamers of all ages, welcome down to Studio C. I'm on the lower level of the house here, away from the PC setup upstairs, so we can have a chat, and I can give you a little bit of an update about what's been going on around here, because there's been a lot. There's been a lot going on. Some of it quite unexpected for me, and so I feel like it's time we had a chat. It's been nearly a year since I sat down and did like a channel update, kind of here's where I'm at, here's where I'm looking, here's where I think I'm going. And I feel like I owe you guys that, right? We crossed the 10,000 sub mark not terribly long ago. Thank you, by the way. I still am kind of baffled and marveled at that, but thank you. Like that means a lot, you guys that sub and tune in. So let's not dawdle. Let's get down to it. When we when I did one of these last summer, right, we talked a little bit about kind of where I sort of saw the channel going at the time, and it was the short version of it was less warships. I'm still not there yet, obviously. Some of that is I still feel like that's a lot of the bread and butter of why the channel is where it is, and I still feel like I have a lot to give that community. I don't want to drop it like a bad habit. I still continue to stream boats. I still plan to continue making regular YouTube warships content. The debate that I keep having with myself is about the quick cuts, right? If I only put out 1 or 2 warships videos a week, that doesn't feel like all the channel does, right? Especially if I mix it in with some other bits. But when I put out 5 a week, right? And there's only like 2 other things, I feel like maybe that starts to be a little off-putting for some viewers who are here for maybe other things. Maybe warships isn't their game, and I'm hoping to get to that point. So I'm having an internal debate, and it all comes back to the quick cut videos, right? Last time we had this chat, many of you expressed the opinion, you were like, I love those. I love being able to pop on, watch you play a ship, right? And just get on with my day. It's a great time waster or whatever. And those do continue to get views. I am continually shocked when I look back at some of the, I've got some quick cuts that are, 2-3 years old that have got 1,000 views. Now that doesn't sound like a lot, and in YouTube parlance, it isn't. But for something that, for me at least, was fairly minimal effort, it is a lot. It's a little shocking at times. With that said, I don't necessarily know that I want to be continuing that. I'm going to continue to have this debate. I'm about to be taking a few weeks off. As you guys are watching this video, I'm probably on my way to the airport to be off for 2 weeks. So we'll see. I want to continue to keep having this conversation. I don't want to stop doing something that the community that tunes in to watch enjoys. But at the same time, I don't want newcomers to feel like I'm overly focused on one game, because there will come a point this year, it has to happen this year, where the YouTube channel in particular, well, both really, and we'll talk more about that in a minute, will feel a little less boats focused. Not that I'm going to drop boats at all, but more that there will be a mixture of other things. And I don't want to overload the boats content. So stay tuned. I think that conversation is not done yet. The Learn to Play stuff has been fabulous. You guys that has been well received. Those videos are just, they're the kind of evergreen content that I want to continue to make here on YouTube for World Warships. Expect more of that. British Light Cruisers will premiere, if I get this correct, tomorrow here on the channel, and we'll continue that line until it's done. Then I'll probably pick up Italian destroyers, maybe French destroyers, some other things are in the works. So if you guys have a request, bring it on. I will say I continue to be very gun shy about doing a battleship Learn to Play. With that said, there's probably some value in me challenging myself to do it. In other words, it would require me to sit down and actually like, okay, let's pick a battleship line and take it apart and pretend that I don't suck at it, and maybe put out some videos. So we'll see. The battleship thing may be coming. For the moment, continue to expect cruiser and destroyer work, because that's where I feel like my experience and bread and butter is. And so that's going to be the focus. But you guys love those, and I'm going to continue to do that. Tournament coverage is absolutely not going anywhere. If you've been paying attention, you know that Wargaming recently announced that they're restructuring how King of the Sea is going to occur. King of the Sea will now be a once-a-year event in the fall, and at other points in the year, they're going to run other events. In the spring, for example, they're supposed to be running this Warship Masters Invitational event. They've done a few times before. I do intend to cast that. Several of you have asked. I didn't have a response for you because I didn't have dates. It's taken a little bit of time. I was able to get Wargaming to kind of say, yeah, it looks like it's going to be these weekends. And I could say, okay, yes, that's fine. I'll reserve those on the calendar. And that is the intention. So expect tournament coverage to continue with Zath and I. We don't want to give that up. We both enjoy it too much. And to be brutally honest, we feel like we do it just about as well as, if not better than, a lot of other people out there. So we want to continue to do that. Simulcasting on Twitch and YouTube. I've been doing that now for about 2 months. If you guys are here only on YouTube, you don't hang out on Twitch, nope, that's fine. But you'll notice that I'm now streaming in both places. I'm still working some kinks out of all that. Like, technically, the ability to stream in 2 places is not a problem. What I've been struggling with and trying to find the right answer for is how to integrate the chats, managing the communities in multiple places. YouTube does not have the tools. They don't make it as easy to do, to do fun things like giveaways and all that sort of stuff. Doing that on YouTube is a real challenge. So I'm still trying to kind of work out how to get all that together. The bot over on Discord was recently updated with the ability to do giveaways in Discord rather than live. I can do giveaways in Discord. I'm going to be experimenting with that over the next few weeks into May. And what I may do eventually is just go to all Discord for giveaways. That way it doesn't matter where you're tuned in. If you're on the Discord, that's where you can be, and you can earn loot over there. And it also would allow me to do giveaways when I'm not necessarily on the air. Like, oh, these codes are going to expire. Let's just fire them off and get rid of them. That kind of thing. Haven't settled all that out yet, but at the moment, YouTube is a little lacking in that department. Trust me, guys, I have noticed. It's not something I'm forgetting. I'm just trying to juggle a lot of balls right now. And so that one is still on my list to get solved. Yeah, I've been really happy with how the streaming on YouTube is working, and I'm going to continue to do that. Trust me. What's coming in the future? Last time we talked, there was, again, I said it earlier, the goal is I want to continue warships, but I want to mix in other things. Last time we talked about Hell Let Loose, we talked about Civilization, and of course, obviously with this space, I can't help but talk about board game content. I've sort of committed to myself to start the board game stuff over the summer. I'm really targeting June. June is my focus, but something else has cropped up recently that may push that back another month into July. I'll get to that in a minute. Bottom line is, summer should start this off. I'm kind of running out of excuses. My job situation last year and into late 22 was kind of, the roller coaster. If you've seen some of these videos, you know all about that. That has settled. I've been back, in my old job for about a year now. Things there are stable, if not amazing. So I'm not going to complain. I'm just going to roll with it. And I think it's time that we get back to that. I have done a little more painting content recently. I need to do more of that. So as we head into summer, expect to see more of that. But I'm going to have to continue to juggle that with how many nights, how many days a week am I actually going to be on the air. My struggle with the board gaming content, particularly with the painting, is I want to do it live on camera because it's a fun way to just kind of hang out and talk to everybody. The struggle there is I have to plan it and budget it into the week, and it means that I'm not sometimes I just get a wild hair. It's like, I want to go paint something. I'm done. I don't want to be at my PC. I want to go downstairs and paint. And then I feel like, I need to set up the cameras and everything. And so I'm trying to strike that balance, right? That as a content creator, your brain starts to rewire itself. You start to look at everything as possible content for your various outlets. And I'm trying to fight that a little bit. And I need to figure out where that sweet spot is. So stay tuned, but I have not given up on any of that. So board games, absolutely over the summer. What sort of had jumped the queue in front of that, as you might gather from the playmat here on the table, is Star Wars Unlimited. That's been a real shock to me, how much I have enjoyed that game. For a game that basically I'd sort of written off. When they announced it, I was like, I'm not doing that. And then, of course, dummy me, I listened to my friends locally, went, bought some, played a few events, and am basically hooked. So I want to do more SW on the channel. The struggle I'm having right now is, what's that look like, right? You look around on YouTube, the guys making Star Wars Unlimited content, there's a lot of really good stuff out there. And frankly, a lot of better deck builders than I am, a lot of better strategists than I am. So I'm kind of like, what do I find for this niche? I'm still trying to figure that out. One thing that I am going to do, right, a niche that I am confident I can fill, is going to be live tournament play. I have talked to one of the local shops up here on the north side of town, my local shop about 20 minutes away. They're going to start running monthly events, and I've talked to them and said, look, I just want permission to come in and set up some cameras and live stream the event. I'll call the game. All I need is power and internet, and let me manage everything else, right? And they're very amenable to that. So I've got, you know, I'll take old Oscar back here on the road with all the cameras, and set that up. And I've already kind of started to put some wheels in motion to figure out the gear I need to make that happen. I have most of it. There's a couple little niggling odds and ends that I have to little gaps I have to fill, but they're minor things. So then it's a matter of sitting down, and you guys know the drill. I got to build overlays. I got to set up OBS, et cetera, et cetera. So more to come, but bottom line is live tournament play of Star Wars Unlimited is absolutely coming to both Twitch and YouTube here on my channel. And if we do it well enough, and I feel like based on the experience that I have doing King of the Sea, that we can find ways to innovate and really improve how we cover tournaments for Star Wars Unlimited, that hopefully that will become something that I can do more of in the future. So the YouTube content may be nothing more than, hey, here's a live stream tournament, and then I'll take the games up, and very much like I do for King of the Sea, we'll break them up into tournament individual games. Folks can watch and comment and learn, and maybe we'll do some, maybe after a tournament we'll do some deck list analysis. Hey, we saw this, we liked this, let's talk about it, that kind of thing. That's going to be an iterative process, I think. I think the first few of them will be, you know, about 75% of what I want in my brain as we try to work up towards, okay, now I've got everything in the stream that I want. But I got to start somewhere, and I think that'll be good. That's the reason that I think board games are going to push back just a little bit, because I feel like I want to kind of strike while that Star Wars Unlimited iron is hot, and it's definitely hot right now. And I think there's a really good fit for me in that community, doing this with the gear that I have, the experience that I have, if I will make the effort and connect with some local places and can start live streaming some tournaments. So that is be good. Like I said, I'm trying to brainstorm some other kinds of content that I can do for Star Wars Unlimited. I'm not really sure what that would look like. There's a whole lot of people with far more CCG experience than I have, you know, doing things like deck list analysis and card analysis, and we'll see. I have some ideas, but if you guys have suggestions, I say bring it on. Hell Let Loose then is probably going to fall a little down a list. I don't want to give up on HLL, not remotely. I love the game. I love the community. And the new development team has shown a commitment to quality and getting it right over there that I think is commendable. And I want to continue to throw them a bone. What I want to continue to do is stream the game occasionally and spend more time doing, like when I do stuff, do it here on YouTube, do like educational videos, some how-to videos, those kinds of things. There's some other folks out there that have done that in the past. That's great. I want to just kind of throw my hat in that ring, because I think similar to the Learn to Play videos, those kinds of things never really go out of style. Of course, you know we've been streaming Civilization 6 for nearly a year and a half now on Monday nights with my good buddy Lord Zath, Sith Kitten, Captain Vicey's, a variety of other people. Paladin has joined us sometimes. Dusty Busty and all these guys have been fabulous. I want to continue to do that. I'm not giving up on Civ. I think I mentioned this last time. I feel like Civ 6's YouTube coverage is kind of saturated. I think there's just not much there. The game is, what, 7 years old now? And I'm not sure there's much I can add to that conversation. They start getting ready to put Civ 7 out. I'll re-examine things, and I'll look at some things. I'll look at some ways to fill those gaps. What I really want to do, one of the things I really want to do is I want to do more shorts. Most of the shorts on YouTube that I've done have been, you know, I take a YouTube clip and I recrop it and I post that. Sometimes those are fun. Sometimes those get some attention. But I think it'd be neat to do the occasional, you know, original short content. One of the things that I've thought about for Star Wars Unlimited is simple, you know, I'll say card reviews, card analysis. Maybe card analysis. I don't know. You know, it feels like it'd be very simple to sit down and say, within 60 seconds, that's the limit on a shorts video, right? Is, you know, here's card number whatever in the set. Here's what it's good in. Here's the places you're going to see it. Here's the kinds of ways it's going to get used. Here, you know, etc. Just something along those lines. And maybe you do that for. I probably wouldn't do that for bases. I'm not sure you could do a leader in 60 seconds. Those kinds of things, but. That's the kind of ideas that I've got rolling around in my brain for some shorts content. If you guys have ideas, especially anything shorts related, you know, gaming or whatever, bring it on. Dump it in the comments. I'm game. I'm open to ideas, let's say. But I definitely think that there's a lot of potential for Star Wars Unlimited here on YouTube and on Twitch. I don't see a lot of it on Twitch. It's hard to find board game streams on Twitch. It's much easier to find board game content on YouTube. And so hopefully that will work out going forward. It's been a good year. It's been a good year. For a month that I did not post a whole lot of brand new content. March of 24, this last month that just passed behind us, was one of my better months on YouTube in a while in terms of views. That surprised me a little bit, but I think it means that the kind of path that I'm on, building this back catalog of really valuable, what I've hoped for are very valuable learn to play analyses of ships and World of Warships, continues. Like, I think that's doing exactly what I want it to do. I want to continue to build that catalog and maybe start adding some things alongside it for Hell Let Loose or Star Wars Unlimited or whatever. I think it means in the long run, the quick cuts may yet still go the way of the dodo, but we're not there yet. I don't know. We'll see. I do know I still owe you guys some quarterly analysis for World of Warships. That is, I have not forgotten. It just keeps getting pushed farther down the queue as other things keep jumping in line. So my apologies. The good news is, today, as of today, the next couple of weeks that I'll be out of town, the channel is loaded up and ready to go. Lots of original content coming. Again, learn to play for the British cruisers and some battle reports. I've got a lot of you guys ask about what UI mods I use in World of Warships. I got a video on that coming. So you'll be entertained, right? And of course, quick cuts on the weekend, which is sort of where they've been for the last year or so. So anyways, guys, listen, that's kind of where I'm at, where I'm looking ahead, where my head is at. Talk to me. Let me know in the comments, like, dislike, right? Like if I don't get good feedback, if I get positive feedback, that lets me know I'm doing something right. If I get lots of negative feedback, that lets me know that maybe I need to reconsider some things. Okay, so that's the point. That's why we're having what I hope is a two-way conversation. So drop a comment and let me know, hey, I love it. I love your plan, or oh, your plan sucks. You should really reconsider. I'm open to both. Whatever your actual opinion is, just come and share it. Okay. That's it. You guys have a great time. Enjoy the original content coming in April. I am out of here. You won't see much of me, at least not live, until probably early May. So you guys take care, wash your hands, be safe, and I'll catch you later.